All right, let's pull cards for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. Let's see what comes out for the Aries. First card out, I'm here in the middle. Let's go ahead and pull from the middle. Ace of Wands. All right, so the ace represents 1, and when I went to pull the card, it was 11 seconds on the timer, so there's 111. There's some sort of alignment that's occurring as it pertains to inspiration. So if you get an aha moment, I would really pay attention to that, Aries. With the Queen of Wands, you right there. I think it's just that, like, you're finally having access to a download. I can translate to say you have an idea that sticks, an idea that your brain gives attention to, but it's really you having access to a download from spiritual energy. The Four of Cups. Oh my goodness, are you not going to accept this? With the Strength card, you could be doubting whether or not you have the capabilities or like the capacities, and that's all cap. I want to lead with that prefix there. The capabilities, the capacity is cap if you're doubting your abilities here. And maybe it's to continue doing something. If you see her sweatshirt says over it, it could be something involving a Leo. It would be remiss of me not to say it. But I think that your ego is confronting you, and you have the strength to be like, you know what, like I can do this, and your ego perhaps could be whispering ideas of you not having the ability to do something. The Magician and the Star card right on the top, yeah, like Gemini energy, Aquarius energy. You're gonna have to use magic to convince yourself that you're capable of doing this. The magic should be you reciting a script, like, yes, I can do this, yes, I can do this, yes, I am worthy, yes, I am worthy. With this star energy, Aquarius ruling the script, the magic there is in the communication, Gemini energy, with you just affirming yourself constantly. 232, when I got that out, that's the spiritual path you need to be walking on. Let's clarify this inspiration that you have. Ooh, more Wands energy, the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay, I feel like the download. Okay, let's put all the messages together. Like, perhaps you put in an application, Aries, and I feel really good telling you this. I almost want to start smiling. And maybe you didn't hear back from the company for a while, but now you have access to this company because they finally responded. And they're giving you an offer, but for some reason, perhaps you're doubting whether or not you can fulfill the requirements for the position. And the reason why I said it's something you apply to is because this was written down. There's the magic. You wrote down what you would be able to do for a company. Perhaps you sent a cover letter. 7 of Cups. And the Page of Swords. You could have stretched the truth a little bit with that Page of Swords, and now perhaps you're looking back on whatever opportunity it is. Say it's not for career, Aries, but there's an opportunity that's presenting itself to you, and you're trying to wonder if you can measure up for the task. Let me see, why are you getting this doubt, or why are you over this? The 7 of Wands, so many wands, and the Emperor card. Maybe because, I am thinking if it is for a job position, like maybe the person who reached out is a male that seems like he doesn't cut corners, or he doesn't like beat around the bush, he doesn't take any crap. I'm saying all these idioms to say that he would be a very strict leader. So now you're wondering if you can even work within that sort of paradigm, especially if you stretch the truth a little bit. That's my dryer in the background. We wash clothing over here. The Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, but the money is so good with the Two of Pentacles. And you're like, you know, if I do seize this opportunity, it's going to put me in a better financial state. But I could also be humble and not seize it. More on this Emperor. The Justice and the Ace of Cups. I think that it's important for me to tell you that if this is a professional position, I want you to know, Aries, I'm going to ask you a rhetorical question here, but you do know that you can learn along the way. So say you stretch the truth a little bit, like you can learn to do what is required for the position. Because I think that this offer took time to get to you. So that is the karmic justice. Like you've gone through lessons to prepare yourself for this offer. Now, if it is an offer of passion coming from, you rule the Emperor card. So if it's coming from another Aries, I know a lot of Aries were in my comments talking about dating an Aries. I would say to go for it, like to accept this offer. But if it's an offer coming from a man that perhaps is strict, and perhaps you still want to date around a bit, or you don't know if you're fully ready to commit, I would say yes to this. This is your karmic return. So you went through some lessons that are going to prepare you for this. I'm going to split the deck right here. That's what I'm hearing. The Ten of Wands. You went through the lessons that are going to prepare you for this. In fact, you went through lessons concerning faith, because this is Saturn and Sagittarius that is associated with this card. So the lessons already prohibited your expansion. Here it is, Aries, 705. This is the communication. Your lessons already inhibited your expansion. You don't need to serve as another inhibitor. The bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. Do not reflect on how things did not work in the past. I don't want to hear about the past. Oh, well, this happened before and I went to this job. It's not about that. Once I get to clapping, I'm serious. Get that energy out of here. Clear it, okay? It is not about what has happened in the past. In fact, the Three of Swords is speaking on the opportunity or the current progression of you healing already. Let's see what else comes out. This was interesting. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. This is what I mean about the positive affirmations. You need to be speaking to yourself. Five of Cups. Move on from this despair. Like, go ahead and wave goodbye to the person that doubts themselves. I'm going to move that card, see what else is there. The Temperance card, Sagittarius, pushing through. So this is about being faith-based. Even Saturn and Sagittarius is about being faith-based. And it's about expansion. Aries, all of your readings are about you moving forward. Put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. That message came out so much in my older readings on my YouTube channel. You have to move forward faithfully. You have to move forward faithfully. There's something about affirmations here at 8:53 when I said that. Yes, that is your spiritual path. You need to be moving forward, believing in yourself. Last two cards, the Two of Wands, pushing down the anxiety. We spoke about that before with the Moon card, Pisces energy. Because the anxiety is keeping you in an illusion. It's keeping you in an illusion of being static, of not being able to move forward. One foot in front of the other. Say yes to this opportunity.